Yo, what's up, guys? My name is Anders, and this is gonna be my hitless guide for Sekiro. All bosses and mini bosses. I'm gonna be doing some mixed strats here, some fast, some slower. But yeah, all around this is gonna be a pretty comfy run. So, hope you guys learn something out of this. Enjoy. Alright, so tutorial is tutorial. We're just gonna skip along. We're gonna jump across this as fast as we can. Hope we don't get shot. You can actually jump across this bracer or whatever, and if you had the quote-unquote unlucky RNG, that bracer can actually block a shot like it just did, as I heard it break. Talk to Kuro. As soon as you get the healing gourd, if you don't have subtitles on, you can skip. We're gonna run along and we're gonna fight leader Shigenori Yamaguchi, the Rice Lord. Not really much to say about him. He has a very simple moveset. Doesn't take long to learn. The random mobs can sometimes just run in and fuck you up, and there's nothing you can do about it. Just take the L. But yeah, it's not a hard fight. You'll learn it pretty quickly. Pick up that fistful of ass and make our way towards Geni. Geni is... I mean, there's not really much to say about Geni. Practice, practice, practice. He's one of the harder fights in the game. So yeah, just practice.
You face Genichiro Ashina.
Alright, so we're gonna jump off to the right side here into this little cave. Pick up this Akko. Run out. Grapple up. Then we're gonna make our way towards the shuriken wheel. And on the way, we're gonna grab this idol right here. Because we're gonna come back here later when we're way stronger. And we're gonna one-shot the first general. General Kuranosuke, whatever his fucking name is. Yeah, run past here, pick up the ashes. Kind of jump at the snow here, like the snow pile. Kill this gunner so he doesn't shoot you in the back while working your way down to this lady. We're gonna talk to her, get the bell that's required to get to Hirata. Jump down, pick up these gachins. Here we're just gonna equip everything we're gonna need. So the gourd, the ako, the gachin, the ash, and the homeward idol. You can equip them in any order you want. Doesn't really matter. I just put them in the ones in the order I prefer them to. Not really much to say about Ogre. Just, you know, fight him, get this, well, I mean, get stealth deathblow to start. Fight him, practice him. You can fight him as aggressive as me, or like way slower if you want to. It's a personal preference. There, get the death blow. Get it from behind him if possible, because it's a faster animation. Get this gourd seed. We're gonna be using that later for guinea cheese. Run off here. Get this idol. And then work your way towards Gyoubu. Now, right here, I'm gonna put some screenshots here. If you jump here and the snake immediately aggroes, if you get like the aggro sound and the red dot, you want to hide where that red ugly ass arrow is pointing, so the snake misses you, because he's gonna shove his head into this like pathway, this cave. If you do aggro him, it's seemingly random if he aggroes early or not. For this shimmy part, you just wanna you wanna do half of the animation is basically my rule of thumb. So you don't wanna wait until Wolf fully like stretch out his left leg before you let go and then like repeat the process. If you play on keyboard and you like spam the D button like 400 button presses a second, you end up going way slower than if you let him do half the animation. So just a tip if you're gonna run past the palanquin, whatever it's called. Pick up that gachin and rest of that idol, because it resets one enemy's walking animation here, or patrolling. Drop down here, pick up this money, and because the gunner above me aggroed there, I waited at it in the like hole in the wall until he shot before jumping out. The gunner we just ran past, he's not gonna hit you. Never has, never will, unless you're incredibly unlucky, I guess. Gyoubu is Gyoubu. Practice him and learn how to fight him. Unless you want to follow Grayson Flow's guide. Grayson has a guide on how to script all memory bosses. I'm gonna put that in the description, but you need to get the prosthetic firecrackers before the fight. But he has that all included in his route. So if you want to fully script Gyoubu, go check out Grayson's guide. And yeah, if possible, you want to move him towards this gate over here, because that's where we're gonna go first. We're gonna kill him, get the idol, upgrade our AP, then we're gonna jump up on the roof, kill one of the rats, run across the arena, talk to Tengu, get the Shinobi skill book, Ashina art, whatever it's called. For the ascending and descending carp skills that passively gives you more posture damage to enemies. So it's really good. Yeah, upgrade AP, open the door, parkour off this rock, wall, whatever, grab the roof. You want to run towards like the apex of the roof there, so you can get this jump. Kill him, immediately walk and jump. So that, I don't know if you saw it, but one of the other rats shot a projectile. And that will miss you if you just immediately jump and walk. Alright, now we're just gonna talk to Tengu. Accept his quest, and then we're gonna turn it in immediately afterwards because we already killed the rat. And I'm gonna do a lot of dialogue skipping in this run. Because I play without subtitles. If you also play without subtitles, you can skip a ton of dialogue options. Or speed them up, rather, by skipping them early. Here, we're just gonna sell the money pouch we picked up before the boss fight. Buy Roberto's firecrackers. And then we're gonna idle back to the dilapidated temple. Now, the reason why we're going back is just because I want this to be easily accessible to people, like, which is why we come back here to get Mikiri and to get the firecrackers just early. So, for the people that want to use them, you can use them now. If you don't need them, you can come back here after killing Geni. So, it's just for comfort. And you can buy emblems with the remaining money we have. You can buy 5 emblems for bullfight if you need them. On the right, there's also a couple pellets that you can pick up. You can use them during the Genichiro fight. I'll show you later what I do with my healing gourd. But yeah, we got Mikiri there as well in the skill tree, just so we don't forget to do it. Run across here, jump onto that little island. It avoids the gunner on the right side. Jump across here, pick up the Akos. Up. Up. Now here we're gonna grapple up and we're gonna go left and, well, basically 180. Run back here and pick up the 2 gachins that are at this tree. And then we're gonna fight Bull. Not really much to say about Bull either. I'm not really gonna go into specifics about any boss here. If you wanna learn specific or in-depth fights for some of the bosses, I also recommend Cephod 42's Shura guide. I will also put that in the description if you want more of an in-depth fight guide. But yeah, firecracker spook him. He takes like 3 times the amount of damage to the head, which is why, you know, when I thrust him and it hits his big skull, it deals massive damage. So yeah, you can stomp on him, which interrupts like his falling animation, and he immediately just lays down. Saves a couple seconds, but he can get up really quickly, so you guys know. Now here, we're just gonna run past these 2 guys that's opening the door. They're not gonna hit you. We're gonna grapple up and across. Just follow this pathing. It's really simple. And once we reach the top of the roof, I'm gonna put some screenshots here to show you why we do this the way we do this. Here, so when we're standing at this corner, the guy on the left, he's gonna walk towards like the red arrow. And the guy with the circle on the right, he's the one that's gonna aggro when we grapple up here, but he won't hit you. He can't throw anything. So just drop off, run across, grapple up. And as you can see, that guy was walking off. That's the guy we were aggroing. Run out here. If you run almost as far out from the wall as that guy that whistles, he will almost always do the whistle. If you run close to the wall, he might dodge in. Here, pick up the ash, pick up this gourd seed, get idle, and rest at this idle. It's just so the nightjars that are outside, if you don't rest, they are still aggroed and they can like throw shurikens at you when you're trying to get up to the roof. Alright, so that jump we just did is called backside dojo. You just run into the wall and then you turn to the right and jump. To get up on the roof here, you skip running through the whole Ashina Castle. We're gonna do Geni cheese here. We just run past him, hit twice, and then double jump. He's gonna put himself behind the wall here, and we're just gonna repeatedly do 4 hits, walk forward 1 step, 4 hits, walk forward. Like as soon as the walking animation starts, you just do 4 hits. And when you see him do that backstep animation that he just did, it means that if he's below a certain threshold of health or posture, then he's gonna do the quad arrow, and you need to dodge it. Sorry for the lag there. Okay, now at the start of phase 2, we're gonna immediately Akko. He's gonna Mikiri. Or he's gonna thrust and then we're gonna Mikiri him. We're gonna use our healing gourd and then we're gonna do it again. It's just free damage. It's just like free posture build up. Which is why I mentioned those pellets earlier in the Dilapidated Temple. If you pick those up and you equip the pellets, then you can fill like half of his posture bar without any real effort and then fight him. Again, if you want to fully script this fight, again, check out Grayson Flow's guide. He has a bit of a different route here. You need to go to like Sempo and pick up some stuff, but you can entirely skip this phase by just doing Mikiri's and Firecracker R1s. Alright, we're gonna jump down, we're gonna talk to Kuro.
Yes. Well,
It's the bottom option, skip. Talk to him again, and when you get the item, skip. Go over to the instance burner, skip. Talk to him and instantly skip. Again, this is if you're running without subtitles on. You can do these dialogue skips to make it faster. Get this idol, upgrade attack power. Talk to Kuro and skip.
Lord.
Open this window. Work our way towards Isshin. Or Isshin's tower.
About the you are. I agree.
Just keep spamming.
The divine, the more with
And then when you get asked about the Mortal Blade, pick that option and then skip. Here we're gonna lock onto this bald guy. We're gonna jump down and deathblow him. And this is because that heavy coin purse that he just dropped, that's a scripted drop the first time you kill him. And we're gonna use those to buy Yasharikus. Pick up this Gachin. Drop down the hole in the roof. Use the heavy coin purse, and we're gonna buy the Yash here from Badger. And then we idle out. Idling to Dilapidated Temple is slightly faster because you can fast travel immediately instead of if you go back to Kuro's room, because then you need to listen to him talk from the library. Idle, travel to Ashina Castle. This is the idol we automatically unlock after killing Bull. Kill this spear guy on the bridge because he drops a key. The gatehouse key that we're gonna use later to get the spear prosthetic. We need that for Shikichi later on. Run through this like wagon thingy. It'll just disintegrate from your immense force and pick up the heavy coin purse. Gonna grapple up to the rafters here. This just lets you avoid all the crickets that are on the ground. Gonna swim towards this item on the boat. Those are Akos. We're gonna pick those up. Drop off here. Then we're gonna dash 5 times in a row. 3, 4, 5. Jump grab, and you immediately get up on land. If you don't do the grab animation, you will instead roll. I think you'll be fine at that point, but it's faster to do the grab. Or you can swim up closer to that guy. So that the shot won't hit you either way. Round the corner, pick up this Akko. We're gonna jump off and we're gonna run on the right side here through the trees. Pick up the Akkos here. Run straight across, grapple up. Pick up this Akko. Run past all the crickets. I'm gonna pick up this gourd seed right here. Again, we're gonna be using those for Genichiro later. Gonna run straight across here, jump up next to this torch guy. Jump, grapple up to this branch. Now here, there is a fast and a slow way to do Shigendo here. We're gonna do the slow way, because it's safer. We also need the Gachin here, at least the way I've routed it, we're gonna need this Gachin here. So, just walk forward, that guy's gonna drop down. Backstab him. Grapple across here. Backstab this guy, and pick up the Gachin next to him. So, I haven't accounted for any drops. All the items we're gonna use are items that we're gonna pick up off the ground, or scripted drops. Looting is not included in this. Up here we have Armored Warrior. We're gonna pop a Akko. Gonna run towards him and we're gonna Firecracker. And then we're gonna hit him 4 times and react to whatever he does. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shove, follow up. Then we're gonna hit him 6 times. He only has 3 different RNGs that he can do in that scenario, so it's not really a lot to practice. And kick him off. Now here, we're gonna start collecting items for Dragon Mask. But first we're gonna get this idol over here. We're gonna use this to kill Centipede. Later, the Senpu Centipede. We're gonna drop off here, drop into the water, kill these 2 carps, because we're gonna need 19 carp scales for Dragon Mask. Now, if you don't want to use Dragon Mask, then obviously don't do it. Anyone is free to run the game however they want. I just do it because it's way easier and it's a lot of comfort in it. Very comfy to run with it. Run on the left side here so you don't get spotted by that rat. Also pick up that ash that I just picked up earlier. Grapple up to this. Use a gotcha in here. Grapple up so we don't get spotted by anyone. There are faster strats for all of this, it's just that these are pretty easily accessible ones. Now, I tried to jump over him here like that. I just failed the first 2 times. But yeah, you can do that, or you can wall hug the corner and stab him when it gets close. You can also run around here, go in through the side. Alright, folding screen monkeys. We're just gonna immediately dodge backwards, R1. Run towards the second one, grapple up. Death blow. Jump towards the tree, and when we're just gonna immediately firecracker here. Dash forward, and get the death blow. Grapple up here, then grapple to the right side. That's gonna aggro the last monkey and none of the ghost monkeys. And we run under here. He's gonna jump up into the dark room. And we're gonna death blow him. There we go. Here we get the memory and the puppeteer ninjutsu that we're never gonna use.
Do you know it?
Talk to this child, say I do, and then you can dialogue skip immediately. Get the mortal blade, equip the mortal draw immediately. Here, enhance our attack power with that memory. Now we're gonna get some skills here. We're gonna get these top 4 ones. All to get the mid-air combat arts. That's the most important one. Because there is an interaction with Mortal Draw and the mid-air combat arts that makes it so that if you jump and you MD, you deal way more damage than you normally would. Pick up the Gunforge Shrine Key, and we're gonna make our way towards, well, you guessed it, fucking Gunfort. Not much to say here, just don't get stuck on a monkey, I guess. Run through the woods. Here's Tengu chilling. Jump down here. Grapple this branch. And we're gonna get this idol that's right here, because we're gonna use that later. When we're gonna kill Ungo Headless. No, sorry, Gokan Headless. When we come back here, we're gonna kill Gokan. Gonna jump here. That guy's not gonna hit you. If you jump from that spot that I jumped, it makes it so that he will do his slow shoot animation, and he will never hit you. Jump across here, or kill the lizard and shimmy if you don't feel comfortable with that. Pop a gachi in here, and we're just gonna run along like the road here. And we're gonna kill the first Snake Eyes, Shirafuji. Grapple here. Now, when we grapple up here, we're gonna crouch when we do the flip. There. Right about as we land, you wanna crouch. And it makes it so she won't see you, and you can get this stealth death blow. Now when she starts getting up, jump mortal draw. Deflect, mortal draw. Deflect, mortal draw. You get the point. And now, because we got that stealth death blow, our gaching is still active. So we're gonna crouch here, and you can do. There's 100 ways to do Gunfort. You can find your own way, whatever feels more comfortable with you. Just check out different runs. But because we got the stealth death blow there, our gachin is still active, so we didn't need to use another gachin there. But if you didn't get the death blow, that is accounted for. So instead, I'm gonna use that gachin here. So if you don't get the stealth death blow, use another gachin after you kill her, and then don't use one on this branch. This bathing section is exactly the same if you don't have a gachin. It's just that since I accounted for maybe, you know, someone failing that death blow, I just used an extra gachin here. Jump up. Death blow this guy. Scooting in a little bit for safety. Up here. Grapple. And you definitely need to kill this guy if you don't have a gachin. I'd recommend it even if you do have a gachin. It is, he can randomly aggro. This game is really weird with aggroing. Kill this guy. We're gonna run a little bit to the right to the item, and then we're gonna jump to the left. We don't actually need that item. It's just to avoid the enemies aggro there. Now this fight is semi-precise. I decided to slow it down. We're gonna Yash here. We're gonna run in. We're gonna Firecracker immediately. Dash behind him. Jump or draw. Now he's gonna either roll away or turn around. He rolls away, I jump after him, roll draw. Here I wait a second, see if I get the death blow, or if it's within reach. Get the death blow. Immediately jump MD towards his ass. Firecracker. Jump into him and mortal draw. And that kills him. It's just make sure, like I said, if he rolls too far away from you, Make sure you don't waste an MD by if it's out of distance from the grab, that you accidentally do one more world draw. You don't need to get the large fan that I just picked up, unless you're going for Mal Content, the prosthetic that stuns Headless and Demon of Hatred. If you want to farm that, that's fine. It's not included in my run, however, so I'm not getting Mal Content. If you want to include that, that's completely up to you. Get this idol. Jump up. Jump down here. Go for whatever grapple you want to go for. I go for this branch. Now we're just gonna run through this cave. Alright, past snake. Gonna grapple up. Gonna pick up these confetti. Grapple up. Now we're gonna go across the right side here because we're gonna kill the gunner. Otherwise they're gonna aggro when fighting Snake Eyes. Or they can aggro, depending on how fast you are. Kill him! Gonna crouch here for half a second. So her aggro goes down. Gonna go down, get behind her, and we're gonna... Don't need you to jump like that. We're gonna use a Yashariku here. The game ate my input there for some reason. And we're using a Yashariku here instead of an Akko, because if you get the grab RNG that I'm gonna get right here... Oh, I didn't actually get it. Couldn't remember my own recording. But if you do get the grab RNG and you have an Akko, she won't die on that fourth MD. She will actually survive, and you need to deflect one more move. So, Grayson does have a strat there if you want to use, if you don't want to deflect her at all. If you get mid-air prosthetics, you can do that. You don't even need to deflect her. Just follow his guide for that. Get this idol, because we're gonna come back here later when we kill double apes. And Tokujiro, Gachin Headless, and Shichimen 2. Jump down here, get these Yashugars. There's the Headless. We jump over him. Pick up those snap seeds, we're gonna need those for Monk. And here we're gonna do branch skip, where we just ignore running past Tokujiro. We go up here, we jump on this branch, land here, up on the roof. Kill Miss Noble. Since we're not a need for, since we have plenty of emblems, you can MD, it's faster. Then we're gonna run towards the front of this house. Can't see shit. Jump through the hole in the wall there. Pick up that money. And this item here, the Yash. We're gonna jump off here, grapple to this tree. Then we're gonna jump down to the merchant, sell our purses, and we're gonna buy 2 carp scales and 2 gachin sugars. And then we're just gonna beeline to Orin. You can jump and grapple here safely. That guy with the bell won't hit you unless you mess up your inputs. One on the right side here, and we're just gonna run past Oren, and she's gonna aggro and follow us onto this bridge. Now, she doesn't follow me completely over like she's supposed to. She stops.
Not this
So I do a half risky bait to get her over here. Here is usually where you apply your confetti. Just run over here, past that little bush. And now she, as you can see, she's stalling on the bridge. Usually she gets further. So I do a risky bait. There. And now she's at like the end of her aggro range. So she's a bit broken here. You just want to keep her like against this wall. You don't want to hit her too far to the right or too far to the left. You just want to keep her in like a nice little middle spot here, and she can't attack you. Now, if she doesn't follow you across all the way, you can jump into the water, swim down the river, and get that idol that we ran past. That's just before her. So yeah, I'm not really good at the dead angles here, but we're working on it. And she's dead. Hard fight. Gonna run up towards the right side of this house. Jump in the water. Do a flip against this wall. Grapple up. We're gonna jump down and get these confettis. And then we're gonna go back up. Jump out through the hole in the roof. Pick up the money. And here we're gonna equip our snap seeds and firecrackers. Now I'm gonna do, you'll see at the end here when I've used all my things that I can still death blow her. So if you hit her with 3 snap seeds and 6 firecrackers in rapid succession, she won't get out of range, and you can like repeatedly do jump attempts if you fail the jump. There we go, 6. Now I'm gonna wait until she resets just to show. I can still reach her from that position, so just remember that if you use 3 snap seeds and 6 firecrackers or 6 ash or whatever, just 9 consecutive knockbacks with the snap seeds, because you need to do the snap seeds as early as possible, then you can you have infinite retries at that jump. Then we get her idol, we run in here, we pick up this shelter stone. It's probably real time. It's probably faster to actually run back, but I idle back to this idol. There, we're gonna upgrade our memories, or we're gonna use our memories, upgrade our attack power. Then we're gonna fast travel to Riven Cave and make our way towards Guardian Ape. We're gonna run across the left side here. Most people grapple over to the right side, but I do want to get the Akos that's here. So we run along the left, jump down, down again, pick up those Ako, grapple over, grapple. And we're gonna pick up this item here. This is a pacifying agent that we're gonna use for one of the Shichimen. The first Shichimen that we kill. The one that has the Tonto. Here for Guardian Ape, gonna equip and pop a Yash. I do the speedrun grapples here. It makes it so that it's easier to get headshots on him with the MDs. But you can just run up to him, jump mortal draw, and then do the stagger loop. But it's way more damage if you hit him in the head, which is why I do with my R1s and my mortal draws. Or I try to do. Now, we don't have the spear here. We're gonna get the spear later. So what we're gonna do instead is we're gonna do, again, mortal raw headshots in phase 2. Because they deal a ridiculous amount of damage. So as soon as he starts picking up his head, I'm gonna use the Yashariku, and I'm gonna R1. Buff. R1. Now, if he screams, which he does, I can interrupt him because of that first R1 and that jump MD. You need both of those to interrupt him. Now I just fight him. Again, if you want a more in-depth guide on how to do the stagger loop or how to fight him, go check out Stephbot's guide. It's gonna be in the description. But yeah, it's a really fast fight with headshots. Now we're not gonna pick up the flower here. We're gonna get the idol instead, and we're gonna teleport away. The reason why we did this is because we want the finger whistle here to kill one of the generals, to get him away from the mobs. So we got the idol, go to the dilapidated temple, fit our prosthetic, which also gives us the skill book that we need for jump mid-air prosthetics. God damn it. So we're gonna unlock that skill here in a second. Enhanced attack power. Like I said, we don't really need it for this, but we do want the finger whistle. Chasing slice, mid-air prosthetics, and both of the emblem skills. And then we get ascending and descending carps. And now we have all of the skills that we're gonna use. We're not gonna get any more skills. The remaining skill points we get are gonna get invested in Dragon Mask for added AP. So immediately out the window, to left, down a level, in through this window, and we're gonna use an Akko. Gonna jump at the top of the stairs. MD, MD. Dash behind him because you want the death blow from behind. It makes it so he stands up slower, he recovers slower. And when he starts to move, MD, MD. Now back out the window again, and we're gonna continue going left. Now we're gonna kill this nightjar here, the one that we hid behind when we were making our way here. Gonna jump across here, ledge grab, death blow. Now we're gonna shimmy 2 times to the left, 1, 2, so that one of the other nightjars on the roof doesn't see us. Now over here, over there, onto this side here, and we're gonna equip the finger whistle, and we're gonna lure the general over here away from all the gunners. Now this is gonna be the combat for the rest of the game, pretty much, for most mini bosses. It's gonna be a replica of this fight. A copy? Represent whatever the fuck. Buff, jump down. Jump MD, MD. Jump back, firecrackers. Jump MD, MD. And he's dead. So yeah, there's gonna be a lot more fights like that from this point on. There. Now we're gonna idle away. And now we're gonna go back to Guardian Ape's watering hole and get the flowers, so the invasion starts. So run in the cave, pick it up, and then we can immediately idle back to last communed idle, because by picking up the shelter stone and the flower, we automatically unlock a new idol in abandoned dungeon. Here we're just gonna make a beeline towards Owl. There are some enemies here that we're gonna come back and fight afterwards, like the Shichimen, the Lone Shadow, and the 7 Spears. So we're gonna jump off here. We're gonna pick up this Yash. I'm gonna dive. Pick up this carp scale around the corner. Then we're gonna kill the fish that's in here. Swim past, grapple up, and then up again. Now when this Lone Shadow here, he grabs his sword, that's when you can run, and he will fall down. Grapple up. Up. Here on this platform, I'm gonna jump off and run around. Not a lot of people do this, but I've seen people try and jump and grapple up, but their jump input get eaten, and they get hit by a throwing knife by that lone shadow. So here, I'm gonna do the door cheese with Owl. It's just faster. So gonna shuriken him. Equip the firecrackers. Now I'm gonna pushing him to the corner. Kinda like Geni, but on the opposite side. Dodge this attack, firecracker. And now I can just attack him repeatedly and he can't do anything. Deathblow him, run away from this shockwave, because that counts as a hit. Run in, dodge the smoke bomb, because that staggers you and also counts as a hit. And then just keep going. Now, if you don't want to do this door cheese, I'm also going to show you an alternative way, which is the, I guess, quote-unquote normal way to fight Owl in hitless fights, which is dodging around him and hitting him. Which is here. Sorry for the abrupt editing. Okay, this is how hitless people normally fight him. Dodge behind him, hit until he blocks. Dodge behind, hit until he blocks. Dodge behind, hit until he blocks. It's easier to get into position behind him if you unlock, if you don't use lock on while you're doing it. So I lock off, dodge, and then you just repeat that until he's dead. Yeah, you get the gist. So get this idol up here. Of course, we get interrupted by the memory pop-up. Rest. Upgrade your attack power. Resting here spawns Emma downstairs, so that's where we rest. Jump over here. Now we're gonna do some dialogue skipping with Kur again. So, talk to him and immediately skip. Talk to him until you get an item, then skip. Talk till again. Talk to until you get an item. Skip. Immediately skip. And then talk until you get an item and skip. And then we're gonna skip 3 times on Emma in a row. You're gonna get an item on the second one, but it just skip immediately. So skip, skip, and we get an item, and skip again. Now skip, Kuro, and now you interact with the incense burner. Just keep button mashing until you get the black screen here, and then you can skip. Now we're gonna do some purification setup. So we hide behind this corner here. We're gonna eavesdrop. Gonna get this idol here and rest at it so Emma moves upstairs. Talk to her, pick the top dialogue and then skip. Rest at the idol. Now we're gonna talk to her. We're gonna get an item, but this time we don't want a dialogue skip. We want to finish this conversation normally. Just keep mashing through until she stops talking. And then rest, and she's gonna move to the old grave. So now we're gonna run towards the tower next to Isshin's, and we're gonna get an Agachin that we didn't get earlier. So this is intended. So we get this, then we drop down. Talk to her and immediately skip. We're gonna jump over here to get to the Ungo Headless. whatever this one is called. Pop a confetti, dive down and fight him. Now this is kind of individual as well, like how you approach a Headless, how you react to whatever attack he starts with. So this is something you need to practice yourself. Just try it out. You can strafe around him when he does the grab attack while R1ing. You don't need to swim around him and then attack. Important to know, he can do a double. It's rare RNG, but he can do two of those sword swings in a row. So be prepared for that. Also, this game has active hitboxes, as they're called. When you beat an enemy, make sure they don't have an active hitbox. Cause, like, he was about to start his grab attack. If I had killed him 2 seconds later, there's a chance that when I posture break him, because he turns towards you, his hitbox from the attack can still be active, and he hits you when you posture break him. So be careful of that, and that goes for like all bosses. It can happen on Gyoubu, it can happen on Guardian Ape, it can happen on Genichiro. So try to not posture break an enemy while they have active hitboxes going on. So we idle out there just to avoid the fishes. There are 2 fishes that aggro to you when you fight the Headless, and if you mess up your swimming when trying to get out of the water, they will hit you. So run here, pick up that Yash, shuriken these dogs, 2 shurikens each. Jump up on this roof, and we're gonna run the right side around, and we're gonna use the finger whistle when we get to where we want to go. You don't need to hockey stop like I do here for no reason. Just keep going until you get here. Line yourself up with the window. Whistle. He's gonna get lured up to the roof. Somehow he doesn't see you. Death blow, fall down and death blow him in the air, or R1 him in the air, and there we go. He's dead. And yes, that is allowed in according to Team Headless rules. Important to remember, hitless doesn't mean glitchless. They're not exclusive. Team Headless has their own specific rules. Here we're just gonna jump across. Double jump, grapple. And we're gonna go kill the lone shadow over here. Just pop an Akko. Death blow. Jump MD, and he has a unique animation here where he pulls out the sword so he won't hit you. So just jump MD, and then jump MD, MD, and he's dead. Now we get the Shichimen. Or before that, there's 2 lizards here that it's very rare, but they can fall down and interrupt you in the middle of the fight. So I'm gonna shuriken them. And then we have the Shichimen. So here we're gonna use a bunch of shit. We're gonna use pick up that coin purse as well. Pick up use a pacifying agent. We're gonna use confetti. We're gonna use our Yashariku sugar, and we're gonna have our ash ready. Run in, hit him 4 times. Ash while standing still, don't move. Hit him 5 times, and he dies. Now we're gonna wait until he does 3 steps. 2, 3, and we're gonna run across here. He will always spawn in this same position here if you do it the same way every time. 4 hits, firecrackers, dodge behind him. Because it doesn't really work the same way with the firecracker as it does with the ash. So, also we do have chasing slice. So you want to dodge behind him after firecrackering. And now, the last boss in this area for now is the 7 spears. So we're gonna jump across again. Gonna kill this dude. And now here we use the key that we got earlier after Genichiro when we killed the guy on the bridge to get the spear prosthetic. Gonna use a Gachin here. Backstab this guy. Then we're gonna shuriken the gunner below. 2 shurikens. Run across here. Grapple over. And then we're gonna grapple up to the roof, and we're gonna pop an Akko. And I'm actually glad I get this RNG here, because the 7 spears have one RNG where they won't get hit by the firecrackers here. Look, jump MD, MD, jump back, firecracker. And when he does that specific RNG, that's something you need to pay attention to for both the 7 spears. They have one RNG where they can back off and they won't get hit by the firecrackers. So if you just blindly jump back in and try to MD and he didn't get hit by the firecrackers, you're gonna get hit. So pay attention to that when fighting the 7 spears. If it does dash backwards, then just do what I did there. Just wait for him to finish his attack, and then jump MD him from the side. Alright, now it's time for True Monk, and in this guide I did include all the things you need to cheese her, so that's what I'm gonna do. Gonna use the Tanto here, gonna use confetti, pop a Yashariku, and then grapple up to that tree right in front. Jump off immediately, MD, MD, firecrackers. 2 R1s, Ash, 3 R1s, Ash, 3 R1s, repeat. There, I used, since I want to use more Ash on phase 2, I used a firecracker towards them there. But you can use whatever. Just be careful to angle your firecrackers. Because if you do them right towards her, they can go through her body. But yeah, phase 2, grapple up to the tree, you probably already know that. Get the death blow. Tanto, new confetti, new Yash, Ash. And here we can do 4 R1s instead of 3. So 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, Ash. And just repeat. You can also fight her completely normally if you want to. This is just personal preference to anyone who wants to do it. And here I did do jump MD towards them there, not needed at all. She was like 2 hits away from dying. So, easy fight. Not much to say about this running section either, just follow the same path I do. I'm gonna kill this guy because he can see you when you're trying to jump over the wall that we're about to jump. So, or her, whatever the lore is. So run along this wall and jump where like this flower, I don't know the word for it, but there's like a flower that stands up right there. So I jump there. That's my visual cue. If you fall in the water, hide behind the house so the Okami doesn't shoot you with lightning. Jump down here, immediately firecracker the bull after you land. And then hit him once. That'll make it so that he just runs into a wall face first. If you don't hit him, it will break his AI and he will T-pose. He will just stand there and not move. And a beast's karma that we got there passively increases your or I don't know how the fuck it would actively, but it increases your maximum amount of emblems. So now we can have 19 emblems instead of 18. Pick up the confetti, get this idol, level up your attack power. Now we're gonna get some more carp scales here, so we're gonna run back, grapple up to this roof, jump down here into this water, dive, and pick up these 3 carp scales. And then we're gonna idle out. Now here I turn around and look at that that Miss Noble, because if you want to get mal content in your run, that's where you want to farm for the fat wax, I think it is. I'll put it on screen, the exact requirements for mal content, if you want to get it in your run. Like I said, I'm not getting it in this one. It adds a bit too much time to pick up all the items and farm and shit. So that's why I don't do it. It's also expensive, and I prefer having Dragon Mask. Yeah, run along to Okami leader, grapple down there so you can hide. Now you can shuriken either one of the moves she does. I prefer doing it during this one, the lightning one. But yeah, just hit her once with shuriken in there. Drop down here, get the money. Use a confetti and an Ako. Or Gachin, I mean. Now we're gonna kill the Yashariku Headless. Headless. Again, you really gotta like try it out, like how you want to approach this boss. There's different ways, some people count their dashes, some people do the dashes at a specific angles or whatever, so try it out and see what works best for you. And he's dead. Now we're gonna swim down towards the big fish carcass. We're gonna pick up those 2 items on the ground. Those are more carp scales. Then we're gonna go up, and we're gonna get 3 more carp scales here. Don't worry about those aggros. Those were from docile fishes. Not aggressive fish. Swim across this cave. This is the way I do it is pretty fast. It's semi-fast, but it's safe. So just stay along this like beam, support beam for the house, and the fish will go face first into the wall, and he won't hit you. We're gonna grab this idol. Go out through the front door here. And we're gonna go over to the Pot Noble here and buy one of the parts of the Dragon Mask. So you want to follow my pathing here to get past these lizards, because they don't have poison build up. They have some instant damaging spit, so avoid getting hit at all costs. Talk to the noble, buy the Dragon Mask fragment. Here, this doesn't really matter, the order, but I decided to go and do Headless Ape here. since we're already fast traveling and stuff, so. Now here, because I have the Yashariku Spirit Fall, I use that and Tonto instead of a Sugar. Confetti, Spirit Fall, fall down along this wall, you want to slow walk off. 2 mid-air attacks and then 10 standing attacks. And then jump MD. Death Blow, and he's always gonna go to the same spot to scream. So I jump towards that spot. Jump MD, and jump MD, and he dies. Now, he can move differently in phase 1 if he doesn't immediately go for the scream, but that just means he's gonna be a bit closer to where he wants to go. But it doesn't change anything. Make sure to kill him, otherwise the Shichimen won't spawn here later. Get attack power, and now we go to Abandoned Dungeon and get the second part of the Dragon Mask. Yeah, sell all the purses, buy the Dragon Mask, and for the remaining money, we can just buy confetti. So, I do get a lot of I do get like 2k more than we need, but I included that in case people forget to loot enemies, since there is a lot of money that you gain from, for example, Okami leader. She gives like 250 sen. Now this is very, very important to do this dialogue here, or eavesdrop and do the requirements for Hirata 2, because if you kill Divine Dragon and you didn't do this, then you can't get to Hirata 2. So, eavesdrop, ask what you overheard, ask what she's hiding, and then you get the Father's Bell. And that makes it so that after we've killed Lady Butterfly, we can get to Hirata 2. Now here at the start of Hirata, we're gonna pick up the remaining carp scales that we need. So there's 5 carp scales at the start of Hirata. 1 is a pickup, and the other 4 are fishes. Now again, if you're not getting Dragon Mask, then it's fine. You don't need to do this part. You can skip all the fish hunting. And here we have the second pot noble. And we buy the last part of the Dragon Mask. There we go, Dancing Dragon Mask. Swim across here. There is a dog here that might aggro sometimes, but it doesn't really affect anything. It might change the position of a different dog, but it's not like anything anything that really matters. Kill that archer. This is the dog I was talking about. Kill the dog. Kill the guy with the torch. Jump across here. Now we're waiting for that other dog to walk past the flame barrel before jumping down. There it is. The flame barrel, which we are gonna use for Ashina Elite 2. Kill all these 3. Kill this torch guy so he doesn't follow you. It doesn't matter if these 2 aggro. They're not gonna follow you. Or aggro anyone else. Kill torch guy. Shuriken the archer. Stealth death blow Shinobi Hunter. And he's gonna die in 1 jump and B, so he's a pushover. And now we're going to get the Mist Raven. That's gonna be really useful for Sword Saint Isshin. through this hidden wall, whatever, cave. Wall jump up. We're gonna spirit fall here. And this lone shadow is gonna jump down in the exact same spot every time. So firecrack him. And then dead angle jump MD. If he blocks both of your mortal draws, I'm pretty sure he will survive that. So make sure that at least make sure that the first one that he doesn't block that, which is why I throw the firecrackers and jump to his side, so he doesn't block that first one. Jump back into the water. Now we're gonna progress to the next Hirata idol, so you can kind of jump up here, and then backflip or whatever. And then we're gonna move on to a different area. So we just came here to get Mistraven and the last piece of the Dragon Mask for now. So we're gonna come back here later, when we reach the next idol. Get the temple key, and then you can dialogue skip. Just run past these enemies. And here's the idol we were looking for. Use all of our skill points to get attack power. And now, remember the very first idol that we got? We're gonna go there. To the Ashina outskirts. And we're gonna kill the very first mini-boss that you can encounter. Not counting Yamauchi from the tutorial. Because we're gonna run down here. We're gonna spirit fall. And we're gonna absolutely obliterate him. And he's dead. Now, I just run back to the idol here because I'm pretty sure that's faster real time than idling. And then we go to the next idol that we unlocked. The Underbridge Valley. And we're gonna absolutely destroy another general. So we grapple up this bench. Kill this guy up here. Just so he doesn't see us, just in case. And then we're gonna use the finger whistle to lure him away from the other 40 mobs that are around here. Now, if you are really comfortable with fighting Headless, you can go down that road past the house and you can fight the Ungo Headless. I don't do that. I save all of the Headless to pretty much as late as possible. But if you feel comfortable fighting the Headless early, then you can go there now. Idle back to the Lapidated Temple. Now we're just gonna fit all the prosthetics that we picked up. The flame barrel, Mistraven, the loaded spear. Yes. And then we're gonna go back to Fountainhead Palace and we're gonna do the most boring fight in the game, Divine Dragon. So not really much to say for this part either. We're gonna pick up this gourd seed here. Gonna be really useful for the Guinea sip cheese later. But yeah, Divine Dragon is Divine Dragon. Just Run up the road, start the fight, kill dragons of the deep, whatever the first phase you want to call it. And then just run around in circles in phase 2. Since we do have Yashariku Spirit Fall, I will say if you buff before the lightning throws in phase 2, because we have so much AP, you can kill him in 3 lightnings, I think. We'll see. I'm pretty sure I do this in this fucking recording. But yeah, kill these guys. Avoid getting hit by the tree when it spawns. You only need to kill one of them. I just do this because it's faster. Kill a couple more. Also, don't get poisoned. There, I just had an unlucky spawn pattern, or whatever the fuck they call it. Since the last white dragon didn't spawn. It's complete RNG. Here I buff before this wind gust. Yeah, we have plenty of emblems, so it's fine if you waste a spirit fall buff or 2. So don't worry about that. So yeah, we deal a decent amount of damage with all the AP we have and the Yashariku buff. So yeah, I'm just reapplying it there for the second lightning. I decide to not punish after the wind gust here. I just take slow. So yeah, this is gonna be three lightnings. And now, here, what some people don't know is that after this whole combo is gonna do now, the spawn location for the trees is already set. So the trees that's gonna spawn after this combo are gonna spawn in the same spot that the first ones did at the start of this phase. So it's important to do what I do here, like run to the right and then to the left and like alternate. You don't wanna run around the arena because it is a big circle. So if you do end up on the backside of the arena, then you're not gonna be able to reach the trees in time. Since there is a timer, and if you don't get to these 3 trees here, if you don't get to this lightning, he does like a huge AoE attack that hits the whole arena. So remember to stay roughly where the first tree spawned. It's not super tight or anything, but I have seen some people run around the entire arena and then die to that. Not experienced runners, but... Here we just grab this idol. I accidentally stand up, but increase our attack power. You don't really need to rest here. And now we get to use all of the gourds we've been collecting. Talk to Emma. Don't do any dialogue skips here. Just keep talking to her. Give gourd seeds. And we're gonna get 6 gourds once we're done talking to her. We've picked up 5 gourd seeds total.
Please.
Now we're gonna run towards Sword Saint Isshin, the secret passage. And before we go to him, we're gonna kill 7 spears, the second one. Here we're gonna Gachin. We're gonna sneak along to the right side here, and we're gonna kill the add-on, the one that's on the left, the one that looks like a general. And then we're gonna run towards the bridge here and wait for 7 spears to Diago. And there he did it. Now his position here, like he can either run off to the right side, like the door we came from, like he just did there, or he can be a bit closer to this branch. But we're gonna wait for him to fully get back, because he can randomly like aggro or notice that the other dude is dead, like right there. He just turned around, so if we hadn't been hanging off this ledge, also shout out to Silsex for teaching me about this ledge grab here, like he won't see you at all. So yeah, we just wait until he walks all the way back. And now we get up. So this time he gives me better RNG. This time this 7 spear doesn't do the backup strat or backup RNG. So now we can then just jump back into him again. So yeah, remember when fighting the 7 spears, if they do that huge backup thrust attack, then they're not gonna get hit by the firecrackers. Run along here, get this idol. We're gonna rest so we refill all of our gourds. Now, there isn't much to say about Isshin besides, you know, practice, practice, practice. He is one of FromSoft's hardest bosses, so invest a lot of time into practicing him if you want to get consistent. Like, it's gonna be a fast fight in this run, but still, consistency is very good to have. So, I equipped Mistraven with Tonto, with Yash, and we didn't use the Spirit Fall, we used the Sugar. Now here we're gonna cheese him with the... Because Geni input reads when you heal, he's gonna keep doing this repeatedly. So just as soon as the fight starts, lock onto him, heal, and walk backwards like 2 or 3 steps, and then Mikiri into him for the first one, and then just repeat it until he's dead. Phase 1 of Sword Saint, just run into him. You still have a little bit of time left on your Yashariku buff. There it went out. But like, you build posture so quickly with this AP. Here I do a speedrun strat. So I R1 twice, dodge through the shockwave. Not a lot of people do that. 2 R1s, jump MD. And you can see, he basically starts off the fight with half his posture bar full. When he does that first backwards jump that he did, you can dodge through it and jump MD. It is consistent, because he will always pull out the gun. And if you jump towards him, you're gonna end up behind the gun's hitbox. And phase 3 is just abuse lightning, and when you do use Mistraven, MD afterwards. Here this fills his posture, so I didn't MD here, but it's really, really fast, and it's really, really strong. Alright. Now, right here, don't accidentally go NG+. You can just button mash because it defaults to no, but don't accidentally tap to the left and go NG+. Same thing here when we get to this idol. The bottom option in the Dilapidated Temple is gonna be go NG+, so be very careful when you use the dragon mask here, so you don't accidentally go NG+. Alright, now we're gonna go back to Hirata. Just jump through the fire here. Now I'm just gonna clear out, like, this is like a baby way of doing it. I'm just gonna clear out all the mobs here. So I'm gonna pop a Gachi and I'm gonna shuriken everyone besides Juzou. There. Now, you don't need to aggro him like I did here, but this was just to showcase what happens if you accidentally aggro him. So you just run back here. And you hide behind one of the rocks. I'll showcase it during Juzou 2, so if you're curious, you can check out. You'll see it later in the Juzou 2 part. But yeah, after he stops being yellow or red aggro, he's gonna stand here. He's gonna come to the same spot. Just gonna buff up. Now we're gonna jump MD in place. It's important to know that here for Juzou, because if you jump into him when you MD, he has like a... I think it's his quick stomp that'll hit you. It's really fast, so he'll hit you with that attack before you can jump away and firecracker him. So just jump in place and firecracker in place. Then you can jump into him with the last MD. I get this idol, rest, run on the right side of the wall here, which makes it so that this archer, that one, he aggroes later. If you run along the left side, he aggroes way earlier, and if you're not like careful, you can catch an arrow to the face. Now here, I use a strategy again from Grayson's guide on how to fully script Lady Butterfly. So again, go check out his guide. You can fight her normally if you want to. I just prefer doing this. It's way faster. Also way comfier. So just 2 MDs and she's dead. So not hard, not a problem. Now we run to this specific spot. It's not super precise here. It's just general area. Just make sure she doesn't land on you when she jumps down. When her health bar shows up, buff, jump MD. Jump MD, and she dies. But yeah, as long as you don't stand where she jumps down, because if she lands on you, that'll it'll stagger you, and I think it will damage you as well, which are both hit. Now we're gonna rest at this idol and we're gonna upgrade our attack power. Gonna use that memory. Then we go back because we did do all the things that were required for Hirata 2 by getting the father spell. So back to the idol, or the Buddha idol statue, Buddha statue. Now we're gonna use the finger whistle. And we're just gonna lure this lone shadow out. Run off to the side. Buff. Stealth death blow. Jump into him. MD, MD. And then jump after him. MD. It's just that easy. Sometimes you can wait a little bit longer to do that second jump, because as far as I know, he will always try to whistle and summon dogs. And I was kind of far away on that third MD that I hit him with. So either you can unlock and jump, I think that will get you a bit further, or you can wait until he actually finishes his backstep. Once again, we jump through the fire and the flames. This lone shadow mob here, we're gonna whistle him away, because he's the most annoying one here. Kill him, then we're gonna kill the 2 archers. That's around Juzou number 2. There. Now you run past him. I did sort of like an in-between there. You can either run closer or you can run wider. I probably didn't run the optimal distance away from him there. So you can go way wider than that for safety if you want to. And this was the rock I was talking about before. When you aggro Juzou 1 in the first memory, you can hide there. Now here we're gonna do the exact same thing as Juzou 1 as well. You can wait until he reaches his like normal position, or you can do it while he's here. You saw that stomp he did right there? That was the stomp I was talking about. So he charges up for a palm thrust, and he stomps his right foot first, and that stomp has a hitbox. Which is why you don't want to jump into him when doing the first mortal draw. Here we wait for this spear monk. So yeah, remember that in Hirata 1 you run on the right side of this wall, and in Hirata 2 you run on the left side here. Gonna rest. Now here, once again, this strat is basically stolen from Grayson's one-shot guide. And you're not supposed to use a Spirit Fall here, you're supposed to use a... Actually, I don't know. I don't think it matters if you use a Spirit Fall or a Sugar. But again, check out Grayson's guide for this. He explains the setup for this script. So yeah, that's Father Owl scripted.
Defeated by my own son. Entirely unpleasant.
We get the idol, and once again, upgrade attack power, use the memory, use the 5 skill points that we have in our inventory. Now we're gonna go back to Kuro's room, and we're gonna finish up the last enemies in Ashina Castle. Now here we get to use the flame vent that we picked up earlier in Hirata. This is the only boss we end up using it on, but it is really, really useful. So we're gonna run past this guy. He's sitting right there. Pick up this Yash. Up the stairs, and we're gonna wait by like the doors here. Then we run back down. Death blow. Buff. Flame vent. Jump MD. Flame vent. Jump MD. It's that simple. And this is why I like Dragon Mask. This boss is also scriptable. I do mess up for phase 2 here. I don't get hit, but I don't get the one shot. I do get phase 1 one shot though. So here's the only time we get to use Blood Smoke. So behind this guy, buff, Blood Smoke. Now I jump into this guy and then angle the MDs. There, and it kills him. Now, I try to do it again here, but I mess up. So, I mean, I just almost kill him right there. I got a partial on the last one. But yeah, you can also just, if you don't want to go for that one shot, you can just fight him normally. Stealth death blow this guy. You can also sneak up on him if you don't want to run into him. And here we have Chained Ogre number 2. Walk over above him. Ledge hang, drop down, death blow. Now you want to move out of the way of these ministry guys. So yeah, they're not always in the same spot, so you need to like look where they stand if you're gonna jump away or dash away or whatever. And then you just MD Ogre, and he's dead. And then we idle out. Now we're gonna go and kill Centipede number 2 in Senpu. So we're gonna travel to that idol after Roberto that we picked up, Temple Grounds. Now this is kind of where my run deviates a little bit, because after we kill Centipede, we're gonna go kind of backwards through Senpu. We're not gonna run across the giant ass bridge where the ministry guys and the Ashina guys are fighting to get to Shigekichi. So we're gonna go towards the Demon Bell through Senpu. Now here, we're gonna Gachin. We're gonna Finger Whistle. Gonna go down in this corner here, so no one will see. Whistle the Centipede, jump up. Now we're gonna jump down behind him, because this gives him a different wake up animation, I think, or slower recovery. And jump, MD, MD. And we idle back to the Temple Grounds idle. So yeah, like I said, this is where my my routing deviates. I know it's starting to get more popular to go this way to get to Shigekichi, but the older strat all go across the bridge from Isshin's tower. So we're gonna go through Senpu here instead, because to me this is way more consistent and feels way safer. Run across, jump, grab. Now here where we're gonna jump on the walls, make sure you get to like the back of the wall here, like I do, because maybe you saw it right there, but 2 lizards fall down, so you want to make sure you're not like closer to the start of that like opening. If you catch my drift, you want to be further in. Now here we go to Akko. And again, this is what I talked about. If you're comfortable with Akko and you kill him before, I want you to go through this door and get the idol that was on this the other side of the door. So we can come back here. Now, Headless are dicks. They're the worst enemy in the game. It's kind of weird. It's a little bit weird starting to fight from this way, but you can learn to manipulate them out, because you really have to be careful with Headless. Especially the Akko Headless, because he has the worst arena. Like, when you have attacks that are as slow as the Headless, you need to be extra aware of elevation, since their attacks are so slow. So if he's on higher ground and you're deflecting at the normal time and his hit is gonna hit you slower, you're gonna block. Because normally you might deflect his hilt, but since he's higher, it's gonna take a longer time for the attack to reach you. So grapple across here, get up, pick up the 2 Gachin in here, and then we're gonna use one to kill these rats upside here. Grapple up, crouch, and backstab that one, and then we're gonna jump him the second one, because he's gonna hear you killing his friend. Open this door. Shuriken this guy. Now, that guy right there on screen, you can either wait until he reaches the top corner there with the left circle, or until he goes back. I'm a little bit impatient, so I just go back immediately. The safest is probably to wait until he goes back. Until he starts patrolling backwards. You can also jump off there instead of walking off, which is easier to get the death blow. Okay. 2R1s. Spear, 2R1, spear. 1R1. Jump MD, MD. So yeah, this is kind of what I mean. You see he's getting closer to me. So either I could have waited until he was patrolling back, but I didn't care, so. Doesn't really matter. They're really slow and sometimes they're very passive as well. Now this running section to Demon of Hatred, I just try and avoid all the enemies that have projectiles like the rats. So the guy that aggro doesn't have any projectiles there. Grapple up. Jump across here behind. And into the Demon of Hatred arena. Now here you get the idol, you walk in and start a fight and you immediately idle back. Because this makes it so that this gets rid of all the enemies in the arena, all the mobs. Which is kind of what you want. You don't want Demon of Hatred to randomly change his attacks and become even more unpredictable than normal. So, for this fight, I've said this like 100 times now. Practice a lot, or watch Grace and Fall's guy. He has a script for this guy as well, so and it's really good. Alright, Demon of Hatred, dead. Run back to the idol. Use the memory to upgrade our AP. And then all we have left to do is a little bit of cleanup. So now we go to Sunken Valley, the Under Shrine. This was the idol I told you to get before Gunfort. This is for Goken Headless. Now we're gonna turn around here. We're gonna look at this sniper. And when he turns around and takes 2 steps, we jump. And then we jump MD as we land. And that kills both of them. Now you can jump across here like I do, or you can just shimmy across the wall. Doesn't really matter. I wall jump here to avoid that sniper sitting... well, you saw the death blow mark right there. To avoid him completely, but... if you're just fast, he won't have any chance to shoot you, even if you don't wall jump. Now, this is the best Headless fight. He is the strongest, but it's the best because this is the best arena. So, Confetti, Yash. You can also use Dragon Flash. Dragon Flash is really, really good against the Headless. I only use it on the Gachin. But yeah, play around with the Dragon Flash during these fights, it's really good. And as you can see there, in phase 2, I try and bait out the grab. It's not 100%, but after the death blow, I unlock and I turn around, so I face him with my ass. And that makes him want to grab it, because Wolf is just juicy and thick like that. But yeah, it's not guaranteed, but if he does do it, you can get like 4 or 5 R1s off for free. Now we go to the Mibu Forest. And here I kill this chicken because it's really weird. Sometimes the chickens can interrupt you in the fight with the Gachin Headless here. So I kill him. Jump across the wall there. Now you can bait out the hair attack here from the Headless, which is what I do, and then I use Dragon Flash. So, like that. You can see the amount of damage one Dragon Flash did. But I don't really use it besides that opening move. But it's really, really useful if you get used to it. There we see that time he didn't try and grab my ass. Kill him. Gonna do some parkour on this wall, like where this grass is. Or the branches. Grapple up. We're gonna go and kill Tokujiro. Super simple, same as Juzou, but you just gotta shuriken all his monkeys first. So make sure that you actually hit all of the individual monkeys, because sometimes you can hit like the one that's closest to you. You can hit him twice, even if you aim for a different one. So just make sure all of them die. Also, remember to switch to Mortal Draw for this fight. And now, all that's left are the 2 Shichimen. The one in Fountainhead Palace and the one in Headless Ape's Arena. And we're gonna do that one first. So, we're gonna switch back to Dragon Flash. And then we're just gonna buff up and fight him. We are gonna shuriken him here on the way. Because this one has damage reduction on the first hit here. So, I don't know if all of them have it, but here, shuriken him, jump, Dragon Flash, jump, Dragon Flash. Because if you don't throw that shuriken, you won't kill him with those 2 Dragon Flash. Stand on this blood stain. And then run towards this corner. Jump along the rocks here. Standing at that bloodstain makes it so that he will always teleport to this corner. Their teleporting pattern is always related to your position. And Fountainhead Palace. Now I have no idea why this works. But we're gonna run out on the balcony here, and we're gonna run left to right. And for some reason, that makes it... Normally, you can't just get a death blow on this guy from above. But just doing that, running to the left first, running over here. And now I run back here, and you're gonna see he has his balls up. Yep. And now, for some reason, we can drop down and death blow him. So, gonna shuriken this dog so he doesn't bother us in the fight. I'm only gonna use the Yash here. Gonna equip the firecrackers, and I'm gonna confetti as we walk here. It's important to do this. And then run immediately. This makes it so if you don't use confetti, you'll run too fast and he won't teleport over here. So jump, dragon flash, cracker, dragon flash. Now there's 2 dogs there that are patrolling, so to be extra safe, I just kill them here. There. And then we have to idle out to prove that there is no enemy that's aggro to us. And boom, that is it. That is all bosses and mini bosses in Sekiro Headless. So hopefully you got something out of this guide. Hopefully it was informative in some type of way. But absolutely do what I said. Check out Grace and Flow's guide. Check out Cephod 42's guide. And check out Silsek's world record hitless speedrun for all bosses, mini bosses. Alright. Hope you all have a good one. Peace out.